victory for Djokovic.
Novak Djokovic is strongest.
Novak Djokovic, the most successful player in the last decade, a player that in top form is almost unbeatable. Today we're seeing 10 times Novak Djokovic shocked the tennis world. If you're a Roger or Rafa fan, yes, this video might be painful to watch, as your man will be in the losing side a couple of times, but if I see a lot of support on this video, I will be making this video for new players. So be sure to subscribe to this channel for new tennis content. This said, let's go with the video.
Okay, 7 Australian Opens, 15 slams, but
not too bad.
Not too bad.
Number 10. Sky is the limit. He was already ranked number 4 in the world and had reached 2 Grand Slam semi-finals, but 20-year-old Novak Djokovic had a lot to prove. It's 2007, we're at Montreal, where Djokovic searches for his second Masters 1000 title. Round of 16, he faces one of the biggest talents in the tour in David Nalbandian, but Djokovic is safely through, defeating the Argentinian 6-2, 6-3. The quarterfinals wouldn't get any easier, as he faces world number 3 Andy Roddick. Djokovic looks for only his second top 3 win of his career. And he does achieve it in 2 close sets, 7-6, 6-4. But again, things won't get any easier, as he faces in the semi-finals Rafael Nadal, the world number 2. He has a 1-5 head-to-head record against the Spaniard. But Djokovic puts one of the best performances in his young career to defeat Nadal in straight sets. Again, things would get even more difficult in the final, as he faces world number 1 Roger Federer. Although sometimes giving a good fight, Novak Djokovic has a 0-4 record against the Swiss. Completely understandable, as Federer is clearly the best player in the world at that moment. Djokovic plays at a very high level in the first set, but Federer gains a break in the 11th game. With 40 love with his own serve, Federer has 3 set points. But somehow Djokovic manages to tie the set.
Yes.
And with the momentum on his side, Djokovic wins the first set. 7-2 in the tiebreak. Djokovic decreased his level in the second set, and Federer took advantage, taking the second set 6-2. Although Federer being the clear favorite to win the third set, Djokovic got an early break, but Federer broke back in the 8th game, and the set would go on to the tiebreak. You would think Federer is the clear favorite to win the tiebreak, as he has much more experience than Djokovic and he has beaten him 4 out of 4 times, but Djokovic was not afraid of the moment.
He's done it.
At this moment, Djokovic shocked the whole tennis world. A 20-year-old had beaten the world number 3, the world number 2 and the world number 1 in the same tournament. Djokovic let everybody know that sky was the limit for him. Number 9. Making history. Coming to the 2008 Australian Open semi-final, Federer has reached 10 consecutive Grand Slam finals, and after defeating Djokovic at last year's US Open final, here they clash again. Obviously Roger being the favorite. Federer gets an early break in the first set, but when serving for it, Djokovic broke for the first time.
Djokovic ties at 5.
Djokovic went on a 9-1 game winning streak. Completely outplaying Federer, was committing too many unforced errors. In a tough third set, Djokovic saves 2 set points, making the set go to a tiebreak.
Did not take it away. This man is so fluctuating.
Federer takes a mini break after a spectacular rally, but then commits 2 unforced errors that cost him the match.
There's going to be a new men's champion.
Djokovic not only broke that historic Roger Federer streak, but then went on to be the first Serbian player ever to win a Grand Slam title, defeating Jo-Wilfried Tsonga in a 4th set thriller, the first of many Grand Slams for Djokovic. Number 8. A legendary streak continues. Rome, 2011. Djokovic is undefeated in the season, with a 33-match winning streak. But the streak looks as it's coming to an end, as Djokovic wins a 3-hour thriller against Andy Murray, but only 17 hours later has to face Rafael Nadal in the final. Most of the people expected a win for the King of Clay, although losing to Djokovic just 1 week ago, but this was just too much. The Rome courts fit Nadal's game much better than Madrid's, and Djokovic should be exhausted after such a battle against Andy Murray. But even those circumstances weren't enough. Djokovic was just Mr. Invincible at that moment.
Oh my goodness me.
Oh, Djokovic is the
great titles.
Number 7. The greatest comeback ever. Being down in the scoreboard against Federer is bad news. Being 2-0 down against Federer is the worst news you can possibly have. Until then, only one player had been able to come back from 2-0 down against Federer. It was Jo-Wilfried Tsonga just 2 months before, at Wimbledon. So here we are, at the 2011 US Open. Djokovic is 2-0 down against Federer. Anyone would have lost belief in the victory, but Djokovic looked as motivated as ever. He took the match to a 5th set after 2 impressive sets. But in the 5th, Federer broke when it most mattered, giving him the serve to win the match. It's 40-15 and...
Попал! Сума... Нет, да, оказывается... Двойной дал.
And at 5-all, Djokovic broke again.
Все, сам... Да...
An incredible comeback that most of the tennis fans consider it the best ever. He then went on to win the final against Nadal, winning his 3rd Grand Slam of the year. Number 5. A legendary match. Probably all of you tennis fans will remember this match, but maybe you won't remember that before this match, Djokovic had a 5-hour semi-final against Murray. A tough and physical battle that would be very difficult to recover from. And here he was, in an almost 6-hour thriller that extended his winning match against Nadal and that gave him his 3rd consecutive Grand Slam. An unforgettable match. Number 4. The King Dethroned. Monte Carlo, it's 2013. The final is set. Djokovic versus Nadal. Nadal was the champion in... let me check. 2005, 2006, 2007, 2008, 2009, 2010, 2011, oh, and 2012. So he's basically the 8-time defending champion. So that basically means that a healthy Nadal is almost impossible to defeat here. So why would anyone believe in Djokovic? But Djokovic started incredibly well, taking a double break advantage and winning the first set by 6-2. But the second set was not going to be easy. Nadal fought back and went on to serve for the set at 6-5. And it was then when Djokovic activated his absolutely best version.
Novak Djokovic.
Djokovic broke a historic streak and proved he was the biggest threat towards the French Open for Nadal. Number 3. Total dominance. This time I'm not choosing a match, neither a tournament, but a whole season. Because Djokovic's 2015 season was the most dominant by a tennis player ever. Djokovic won 11 titles, including 3 Grand Slams and the World Tour Finals. Number 2. He is back. After many months of struggle after having his elbow surgery, Djokovic was back in Wimbledon. He hadn't won a Grand Slam for over 2 years now, and many people thought that Djokovic would never win a Grand Slam again. He seemed very frustrated after his loss against Cecchinato at the French Open. He literally said he didn't know if he was gonna play on grass. But yes, Djokovic played Wimbledon, and his first very tough test came at the 4th round against Kyle Edmund. Edmund had the home crowd advantage, was in fine form, and had defeated Djokovic months ago at Madrid. But Djokovic overcame a very tough match and showed that his ambition was very much back. Djokovic would then meet Nadal at the semi-finals, where again they both played one of the greatest matches ever. A match that Djokovic would win in an epic 5th set, saving some clutch break points and showing some incredible mental strength and character, especially considering he hadn't been at the top level for almost 2 years. Of course, he would go on to win the title, beating Kevin Anderson in the final. Number 1. The Heartbreaker. You may all know which match I'm about to talk about, the 2019 Wimbledon final, Djokovic against Federer. It is so recent, I'm not gonna talk too long about it. We all know that Federer played better for probably 90% of the match, but that Djokovic was better in those clutch moments. As a tennis fan, I think it would have been incredible seeing a 37-year-old Roger Federer beat Nadal and Djokovic back-to-back to win his 9th Wimbledon title, but Djokovic proved that although not being better than your opponent for most of the match, if you can hang on the scoreboard and play better those clutch moments, you may win a match. I would also like to mention the difficulty of having a whole crowd against you and being so strong mentally. Having a whole crowd on your side can carry you in those tough moments of the match, but Djokovic was able to be focused and fight almost all alone. There were moments of the match where he just could have lost belief, but he never gave up. His gladiator mentality is truly admirable. So, I think that's enough for today's video. I know it's a video that's hard to watch if you're a Federer or Nadal fan, but if you're a tennis fan, you must appreciate the greatness of Novak Djokovic. So, that's it for the video. I hope you enjoyed, or at least I got you entertained. If I did, please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for more tennis content. I will be uploading new videos very soon. If you did not enjoy this video, I hope at least it was
Not too bad.
Not too bad. You cannot complain. You cannot complain.